Yes, I'm old, so I need to use the bathroom more frequently.
Yo, guys, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Booty Boy Wrestling fan interview. Today I'm joined by my very special guest. It's his round two interview, but no one ever saw round one because I could never get the footage out there.
We had
Uh,
some technical issues.
Ref Bill William Thompson. How are you
Yes,
doing today?
I'm doing well, and how are you?
I'm doing great. It's Saturday. It's a Saturday. That's all I have to say.
I have to
Saturday.
say, I do from the first interview, and maybe I've been upgraded. I mean, you're wearing a cool T-shirt. I see.
Cobra Kai.
Yes, and the last time we did it was in your garage. I think your father was lifting weights or cleaning, but now you're in the living room, so I get the nice view of the looks like the fireplace in the background, and it looks like you did some decorating. So I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Next, we're gonna be in the bathroom. That's
Good,
what.
good.
We're gonna.
That's more the Kincaid files, but go
Yeah.
ahead.
You know, it's his bedroom. That's where he does it from. Who does interviews
I,
from their bedroom?
yeah, I really don't know it. This is definitely an upgrade from the Kincaid files. So,
Speaking of Kincaid, what are your thoughts on Don Kincaid?
he's a very lonely and troubled man. So that's all I can really say. But I like Pops. I love Pops. He's a good guy.
Any thoughts or more to talk about on Don Kincaid saying you kick him when you walk near him?
um, that is really a myth. There was an occasion where, occasionally, not occasionally, quite often, Don is in the way at our events. I've done a number of shows in the Connecticut, New England area, and Don Kincaid is quite frankly is a nuisance. And one show I was running to do what I normally do in a show outside the ring, and inadvertently I kicked him. And ever since then, he seems to have some weird fascination with me kicking, but he's actually asked me to touch his shins, but I'm not really sure what that's all about. So
Sounds a little creepy.
it is. He's a creepy guy.
Now, who's older, him or you? I mean, he looks way older.
He looks older, but I am older. So I have a youthful glow about me, and Don has, you know, I've been living in the forest for 2 years. Look about him. So,
What are your thoughts on Don Kincaid drinking during your interview back in April?
um, I mean, I wasn't surprised. There's plenty of rumors out there. One of them is that he does like to drink occasionally. It added. I think that he's probably a better interviewer when he's done that than when he's quote unquote sober. So
Do you think it's unprofessional though to drink during a live show?
I don't know. You're not drinking, so I'm gonna
I'm
say
drinking water, H2O.
water. There you go. So you're drinking water. He's drinking, Aunt Betty's secret stash. So I'm not sure what that's all about.
Now, last time I saw you was at Test Strength Halloween Throwdown.
Hmm.
So you worked for many different companies. Ref Gina, Blue Shoes, she was on the show the other night, and she moved to Florida. So now we're down to pretty much three refs at Test Strength. Would you say you're the first referee now? Because it goes you. I don't know about Jordan. He's like Gummy Bear, Raffle Guy,
Hmm.
Cheradai, Jordan, and then Mark, who made his debut as a referee.
Yes, yeah. Mark made his debut as a referee. I thought did an outstanding job. I told them that. Not really sure. It's like I don't really consider tiered referees when I go to work for companies. We're pretty much all in the same boat. Some people have more experience, but some people that is their home or their base. As a professional, I go to every show. I just look at what needs to be done, whether that's the ring, putting together the ring, helping people put together the ring, even, sweeping out the ring prior to the show. That's part of what the referees do. And if someone says you're the senior or most senior referee for that evening, you're going to be the go-to person, then I oblige and do what I need to do. So I try to make sure that I'm more of an asset than something where, I need to be coddled, which I don't. So.
What are some of the companies that you have worked for?
My primary company is Paradise Alley Professional Wrestling out of East Haven, Connecticut.
Oh, I heard there's a
That's where,
crazy old guy there that runs around with a camera.
yeah, there are a few out there. Yeah, there's a few. But yeah, Paradise Alley is where I started, where I trained. I was actually there doing some training, some secret training the other night. Um, I worked. Tester Strength is the next company, and I'm going in order of who I've been very lucky to work for. Paradise Alley, professional wrestling again. Tester Strength with Slick Wagner Brown. He gave me my second shot out there working for a company, Battlefront. Although I haven't worked for them recently. Let's see, New World Extreme out of Rhode Island. Um, a opportunity I got to work with Go Pro Wrestling out of New Jersey, which was just an absolute joy. I've done XWA, which they did a promotion with Nova out of Rhode Island. Was a lot of fun. And then there's a company called XWA up in Albany, New York. Jerry Idol, I've worked for him. Blood, Sweat, and Tears out of the Bridgeport area, which is just kind of an upcoming company. Did some really different stuff with them, which was a lot of fun. So, yeah, I pretty much worked for a lot of companies. American Coliseum Wrestling out of New York, the Suffering Westchester area. I worked for quite a few different places, so it's I've been very lucky.
One thing that I want to bring up, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. You saw both Big Juicy's and Dustin Flash Waller's first ever match, and you got to see them win their first title. What was that
Yes.
like?
It was very it's a very different experience, especially like I did Flash Waller's first match and Juicy's first match. So it was very special. Actually, I think I took a picture with them and I posted it. And it was a while ago, but yeah, just two really people who have really grown in the industry, in the independent circuit. So Flash, um, two different styles also, but just two really nice people, great people. And I took a great sense of joy out of being there when they won their championships. And both of those matches were very hard fought matches. They put a lot of time and effort into their training. So Big Juicy's theme song is stuck in my head. I'm working out some days and I put it on my thing and I start getting myself going there. So, but just two really, really talented people. And I think you're going to continue to see great things from both of them.
Now, is it true that you'll COVID free, right?
Am I COVID free?
Yeah, you just coughed. You don't have the Ken COVID, as Don would say.
No, no. I live in a home with a lot of dry heat. That's why you can't really see it, but I do have a glass of aguacina here. And so occasionally I do get a dry cough. So,
Is it true that you'll be on Stirring the Pot later at 4 o'clock today?
I don't know if Stirring the Pot is at 4 o'clock today or if that's tomorrow. So
You're getting
I'm
your
not really.
times mixed up.
I listen. It's I got to go back and look. I got up a little late today because I do work a kind of a odd schedule of I work from 3:30 in the afternoon till about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. So this is called my groggy day, where I'm a little bit off, so to speak. But yeah, it's fine. I've been up. I'm moving, and I'm one of those late night people. We could have done this show at midnight if I had to. So
I tried to that one time, and then you told me to go to sleep like you were my dad. So
yeah, well, you need your sleep. So
I tend to do at 3:30 in the morning just because I was up, and then I saw you were active, so I'm like, "Want to do an interview?" And then you were like, "Go to sleep."
it would have been actually pretty funny to do one at 3:30 in the morning. People would have been, if you noted to everybody, it's like I'm doing this with Ref Bill at 3:30 in the morning. So
Oh, I've done
yeah,
so many weird
I
time interviews.
oh yeah, yeah. It's frequently I get home at sometimes around by the time I get home and I go to bed, it's could be as late as 4:30, quarter to 5 in the morning. So
I've done interviews at 11:30 at night, midnight, one at 8:30 in the morning. Because I don't know if you heard of Masha Slamovich, but she's currently in Tokyo right now, and
I have heard of her.
they're like a day, like half a day ahead. So when it was 8:30 here in the Northeast, New England, it was 10:30 at night there. So
Yeah, yeah. I saw some of her stuff that she posted from Japan. So it's very excited for her. I have not met her, but I've had some Facebook interaction with her. But very happy. I'm happy anybody who gets the opportunity to do something exciting with something that they love and brings them great joy. So
now, what goes into being a referee?
you have to be incredibly handsome.
So not Don Kincaid.
Not Don Kincaid. Yeah. Um, honestly, I think you just have to you have to decide what you want to do if you want to be a referee. You could be a referee that just wants to be a referee because you want to be out there and you want to be, you know, how do I say it, noticed or cool. Although I'm not really sure if being a referee is all that cool sometimes, but you have to really decide if it's something you want to do. I've told a number of people that I've asked, like, how tough is it to be a referee? And quite honestly, it's in some cases it's a lot tougher than being a wrestler. And that's just not me talking. That's wrestlers who you've had on this show. Although we give Don Kincaid a little bit of heat here and there, well deserved heat. There are oftentimes you could be the only referee at a show, and they have anywhere from 7 to 8 matches, and you have to figure that each of those matches could go anywhere from, whether there's a time limit or not, anywhere from 5 minutes to 15 minutes. So if you do your elementary school math, you're talking that you're doing probably an hour and a half to 2 hours out there, give or take. So you have to really take some kind of initiative to get yourself in good condition or satisfactory condition. And then once you become and start training, it gets a little bit more specified. You have to, actually watch some of the referees that you might want to kind of learn from. That could be anything from more of the old school with Tommy Young from the NWA days, Nick Patrick from WCW. You could go back and look at from now from AEW. I mean, there's just a number of people there that have worked the independent Ring of Honor, Chikara, the NWA. There's a gentleman that I watch quite frequently, does NWA now, Jared Fritz. I watch him work. So there's so many different styles. It's not just going in and saying, I'm going to go to the gym and lift weights. It's like, you have to work on your cardio. You've seen, how many shows have you probably seen? And I'm just using myself as an example. How many shows have you been to where, I'm out there for 2 or 3 matches in a row, or, there's 2 referees and there's, 8 matches, and you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So you're working, and you're being aggressive. And just because your match is over doesn't mean that you don't go in the back and you're not working on something else prior to the next match. So it's a tough job.
Nice. Now, what have you been doing to stay in shape during the pandemic?
Um, I knew you were going to ask this question, so I had it all set up. So I might have watched a few of your shows. Honestly, I try to do. It depends, anywhere from maybe 35 minutes to 45 minutes of cardio. Whether it's the bike trainer or the treadmill. The treadmill has been little bit harder to get to because of my schedule. I have a very odd schedule that has flexed for a number of months. So minimally, I get on the bike trainer and I work on that. And that's kind of my gauge of where I feel I am. If I get on the bike trainer and I'm huffing and puffing, means that I haven't been working out and doing what I need to do. So again, treadmill, bike trainer. I do a number of different stretching exercises. I do sometimes more increased, sometimes less yoga when I have the time. I do get to the ring. Not as much as I want, but it depends on what the schedule is for wrestling shows, which with, the pandemic is kind of sporadic or few and far between. So if I don't do something for a couple of weeks, I'll make sure I get to the, one of the schools and I'll work in the ring, whether that's by myself, just practicing, and or if someone is, people work in the ring, obviously follow COVID precautions with my mask and, just kind of I'm a little more cognizant of not being close enough to people, and just go from there. I watch a lot of video also. I probably watch at least, at the minimum, an hour of video a week. Sometimes I could watch up to 3 to 4 hours of video, just looking at just different referees, seeing how they're doing. Some of the, I tend to lean more towards the old school type of refereeing, compared to maybe some of the newer, referee, posturing that I see. So I like some of the individuality that the old school brought to the matches, and quite frankly, it just looked like they were more officiating the match than refereeing the match.
Nice. Now, what's your diet been like over quarantine?
Actually, I have a very.
You knew that I was going to ask that question too.
That's it. I had an idea. For full disclosure, I am a vegetarian. My diet is plant-based. So that is very helpful. Listen, I do like to have the occasional, pizza, but I try to really keep it in a very even area, because there is the, you get so busy, you start to eat things. I do, I do like candy, so I'll eat that. Basically, I do a lot of vegetarian meals. That could be anything from, I make a pretty mean rice and beans, recipe. I do a lot of meal prep. So there's a lot of different stuff which would probably bore you. But yeah, a lot of different grains. Thank you very much. So yeah, a lot of different stuff. So it just keeps me, tries to keep me fit there. So.
Nice. Now, you're vegetarian. Is your goal to look skinny like Don Kincaid, like he is?
I don't ever want to look like Don Kincaid. Yeah, I don't know. I think he probably maybe just drinks moonshine all the time. So, no, it's really just feel healthy. Overall, I do it for a number of different reasons. One of them is to be healthy. That's it. That's how I felt when you did the Ref Gina interview. It put me right to sleep. So,
you.
Yeah.
It was a long interview. I will say that, but it was.
Yeah,
fun.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have some trouble sleeping, so I listened to that interview. God bless you. I was out in 5 minutes. So.
I don't know if I should flip you off, tell you to swear.
That would not be very professional.
Oh, but drinking on camera is professional. Okay.
Hey, listen, you should be always try to be more professional than Don Kincaid.
That is true. He's like I don't know. Did you watch Ref Jordan's interview from the other day?
I think I started to, and quite honestly, I mean, Ref
It's
Jordan's
boring.
awesome, but Don just,
Well, it was exactly. Well, it was actually different because Jordan was doing the interview on Don's show. Like, so Don was the guest, and then Jordan asked him questions. There's a question that came up and said, "Why am I the future?" And I said, "Don is pretty much the past and the present." And
Mhm.
then, so if he dies or ever retires, I hope he retires.
Wow.
I hope he
If
retires.
Don dies or retires,
I hope he retires first. I don't want him to die. He's my
yeah,
mentor.
listen, I don't really like him, and I wouldn't even say that. I would say, hey, maybe when you retire, not like, hey, Don, if
Well, it's
you
like
were
when
get
when
run
you're
over by a bus.
no, that's not what I said. Just don't put words in my mouth. It's like when you're a backup quarterback. So if that high school senior quarterback goes to college, you're the next up. Like that's what like so that second string quarterback is the future, of the team.
Wow, this interview is taking a very dark turn.
I'm
I wouldn't.
not
I
wishing death upon him.
Don is always worried about his shins with me, which I'm still not really sure why. But I mean, I think with you, he should just be overall worried that I don't know a bus could drop on him someday, or that he's mauled by a bear in the woods as he's walking to a show.
I'm not gonna kill him. I would never kill him. He needs to worry about other people trying to go after him, not me.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So
Yeah. Um, like who was someone that kidnapped him? The warden, Mrs. Warden. Didn't he
yeah,
get
yeah,
kidnapped? So,
yeah. Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought she should have kept it. They should have kept him.
and that's when the future would have came in me. So,
Hey, listen, you know what they say: peacock one day, feather duster the next.
don't know what that means, but okay. Next question. um, so I heard a rumor about you and Chris Cannon working out together. Is that true?
Chris Canyon and myself working out together. I'm not. I will neither confirm nor deny that allegation.
Huh. Well, according to Kincaid in the Roundtable group chat, that's what he said. That's what he said.
Well, I think honestly, could you really believe that anything that Don Kincaid says?
Sometimes depends on what it
Yeah,
is.
depends on what it is.
Mhm. Now, one thing that I want to ask is, what is one moment? What are a few moments that you screwed up in during a wrestling match?
Um, I don't know if you ever really. I mean, you can screw up some
Well, Mike
things.
Drinkwater, he got super kicked.
Um, I'm trying to. So, are you saying in the context where you were inadvertently in the wrong place and you maybe were speared or drop kicked or
Yeah,
kicked in the head?
You know who Mike Drinkwater was. He does the scratch ticket things on Facebook. That guy.
I know. I know. You mean Mr. Lucky Pants? I call him.
He's not lucky. He's still
No,
owes the
he's really not.
Roundtable.
He's probably lost about $400,000 and made 80 cents. So
Yeah, that guy.
I have frequently chimed in on his thing he does,
Scratch and
and
sniff. Some people call it
scratch.
lotto and chat. Some people call it scratch and sniff. I think he supposedly he has
If him and
facial.
if him and Don Kincaid were together, they call it lose and booze.
I like that one. That's a good one. They should do that.
Yeah.
So back to the question. Any embarrassing moments or places that
Uh,
you should have been?
I think I did a match with Marcel Showtime Williams and Chris Red Lion Battle at PAPW, where I was speared. That sucked. Let's see. Match between Sammy Diaz and Nutrius X. I think I took a flying body press off the top rope, which rung my bell a little. There are little things that happen in the ring where you you kind of you're in a place where you're trying to do your job and maybe you get kicked or somebody kicks out and kicks you in the head. They throw their shoulder up and they catch you with their hands. So I think it's more or less you have to be very cognizant of where you are in the ring. It's more of a thing where I tell people don't get lazy in the ring. Everyone's like, oh, how was the match? It was like, oh, it was a basic match. I'm like, nah, they're not really. Anything is not a basic match because you could do a match where you have beginners or rookies, as we call them, and they, they're doing, they're so excited and they're doing so many different things that they're everything's moving
As my
very quick. Yeah, very quickly where you have someone who is maybe more of a veterans and they're doing more of a, as I call it, a clubbering match where they're just really smashing and tossing and literally just beating each other up. So, you just have to be you have to have a lot of ring awareness to make sure that you don't get injured. I think if you want to talk about a specific injury, I had my eye busted open during one match. It was a match that was not televised or no one was there. It was a training match where I was struck in the eye and had my eye split open.
Of course, all the good stuff happens when it's not on camera.
Yeah. I had a very lengthy ankle injury, high ankle sprain for about 3 months, where that kind of was very painful. And then I got kicked in the ribs one time, so I had 2 bruised ribs, which was very painful for quite a long time. So, there's a lot of opportunity to get hurt. That's why I tell people if you want to be a referee, you really have to take a look at it. And, you need to be professional. You need to be, on your game. You just don't, throw on a ref shirt and a pair of blue jeans and some work boots. It's, look at what the WWE does or NXT or Ring of Honor or AEW, any professional company. You look at the uniform is, the zebra stripes or something of an official. Some people use different shirts, which is fine and beautiful. Making sure you got the right pair of slacks, making sure that, if you're not wearing blue shoes, you should be wearing black shoes, or red shoes.
One thing I want to go back to is the Lotto in chat. You like to chime in on that. After we did our round 1 interview that no one's ever going to see because that footage is gone. It only lasts on Skype for 30 days. So, fortunately, it is what it is. It happens.
Nice job.
Thank you. Very professional of me. One thing that I want to bring up is I haven't done them in a while. I started doing Sunday morning workout videos of doing this. It's like the deck of cards workout. And I did it with Logan Black one time. And then I started doing it and I had guests on. And you commented on one of my videos. And you said that I don't know how to do things properly. Can you elaborate on that? Also, one more thing. When we were at the last Test of Strength show, after the show when I was doing my interview, after we wrapped that one up, you mentioned that you were going to comment something about my dad when he was spotting me for bench pressing.
Okay. First of all, Logan Black, a very talented, very, very talented individual.
Absolutely. Yep.
So we clear that there. Very talented individual. As far as the deck of cards things, I'm not sure if I said that, but I might have said something along the lines, this is 30 seconds of my life that I'll never get back. I appreciate that. But to your point...
Stay professional. Stay professional.
That's it. I think the thing is watching you do that. I'm not sure what my comment was. I try to be very nice about certain things, unless you're Don Kincaid or, Lose or Booze is which that new show should be. I think I just given Don and that gentleman a new show. I'm cracking myself up right now. Listen, in all seriousness, I encourage anybody who, whether you're lifting weights or you're doing what you were doing there, which was, hey, listen, you're trying to keep yourself in shape, get yourself in better shape. So I give you all the credit in the world. I tell people all the time, because people will ask me, because I'm older, I'm 55. For full disclosure, I move in the ring very well. I've been told that. I take pride in that. But anytime I see anybody trying to do anything to improve themselves, whether it's reading a book, learning a language, or working out, lifting weights, doing treadmill, anything, I always encourage that person because that is very tough. It's not always easy. Oh, my God, did something fall down back there?
Devin, are you serious right now?
Come on, Kevin, are you serious?
It's Devin, not Kevin, sir.
Oh, it's okay. No one cares.
You interrupted Ref Bill's interview, and he called you Kevin. He said he's sorry.
All right, Devin, you take care of yourself.
He said take care. Now he's in the fridge.
He doesn't care. He's like, I'm getting ice cream and potato chips. So,
yeah, that's pretty much what he eats.
So for you, God bless you. I always like to see your videos. You're working out there. I always encourage you to be careful, as I do myself. But God bless you. So, I think I worked around that question.
You sure did. Is there anything that you would like to ask me on this interview?
Yeah, I would. I think the world wants to know what makes you tick. What gets you up in the morning? Why are you? That's one of the things. I have a number of different questions for you. I have quite a few questions for you.
Well, that's fine. You can ask me all of them. What makes me tick in the morning? Like, what makes me get up?
What makes you get out of bed?
Just to be here every day, pretty much. That's one thing. I like doing these. Gives you something to do. Gives you something to work for in my future. I mentioned to some people at my school, and some of other people, I want to go to college and I want to be a sports broadcaster. So I want to do like interviews, like not like commentator, like, oh, here comes here like we'll go to baseball. Here comes David Ortiz rounding the bases. If you know who that is, baseball player.
He's retired though. He can't round the bases anymore.
But that was just an example.
Well, if you're going to give an example, shouldn't it be somebody who's actually rounding the bases?
I don't want to be.
Oh my God. Look at that New York Yankees guy running the bases. That doesn't make any sense,
Yeah, you have
Gleyber Torres. Look at Gleyber Torres just hit a home run off the pitcher from the Red Sox. The Red Sox are horrible.
You're this close, bud. This close.
What, this close? Because that's how close the Red Sox are to never getting to the World Series again?
Wow, you are really pushing it, pal. You're gonna regret that. When next show, Dear Norma, you're gonna wish that.
So you're plugging Dear Norma now?
No, I want to answer the question first. I want to be a sports broadcaster. Like, I want to interview players after games or before games, pre-shows, stuff like that. I don't want to be an analyst, but I want to be a sports broadcaster, do interviews, journalism, that. So. It only takes 4 years to get a bachelor's degree in that. Just gotta find the right college.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Where are you looking for college? Are you looking for any colleges out of the country by any chance?
Not out of the country, but I was gonna go to Phillips University in Florida. But that's so far. And
hey, listen, let me ask you this to follow up on that question: who is, and this is a two-parter, who is your current favorite wrestling announcer? Current wrestling announcer personality. It's a two-parter, so I'm going to throw you a curve. Kind of like the curve David Ortiz can't hit, but anyway.
Wow. You just can't stop, can you? Stay professional, Donovan. Stay professional.
Who is your current favorite wrestling announcer?
Announcer? I mean, Matt DeCourt, he's an upcoming. He should be somewhere. He does really good announcing. Indie wise, professional like higher companies. Justin
Like
Roberts.
if you're listening to wrestling show, we'll just say NXT, AEW, Ring of Honor. Do you have someone who?
Justin
What's
Roberts.
that?
Justin
Okay,
Roberts from AEW, because he does such a cool job and he's awesome when he announces people. So
Cool. All right. So here's the second part of the question. So old school. I'm going to say old school, like older, like we'll say from like, and you weren't alive then, but from like the 70s to, we'll say from like the mid 60s to the early 80s, mid 80s. Who was your favorite ring announcer?
I like. Oh wow!
Don't look it up on the internet.
All right, I wasn't doing that. Oh, that guy's not even an announcer; he's a commentator. I would say
it could be commentator. We'll say commentator.
I mean, Mean Gene Oakland was cool. Also, Howard Finkel. I mean, he gained a lot of weight when he was older, and he just had like this little like little high voice when he would.
Howard Finkel was literally is just a wrestling gem.
Yeah, that is
very nice. I met him very briefly one time and was very nice.
I think I like Mean Gene. I don't know. He was more of like a backstage interviewer, like what I want to do. But
yeah,
announcer, I would say the duo of Mean Gene and Howard Finkel.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's good. I would say to you is if you want to immerse yourself in the wrestling world, is to go back and look at some old school. One of my favorite, announcers, commentators, more or less, is I have a couple. I was a fan of Mean Gene Oakland. Liked him very much. Thought he did really a great job. Jim Ross, but I went back and I looked at Jim Ross prior to his WWE, days when he worked in, and maybe you don't know, you haven't heard of these, but the old Mid-South wrestling. Mm-hmm. Also, if you go back and you look at the older Georgia Championship Wrestling shows and Florida Championship Wrestling, I'm talking older promotions, was Gordon Solie, who I was a very big fan of, who is considered by many people the dean of commentators, and I think he did some ring announcing. I'm not 100% there.
Nice.
So
any other questions?
No, wait. Now I'm taking over this interview here. So the big question is what year are you in at school?
I'm a sophomore. I will graduate in 2023.
Thank you. For those of us who don't have any good math skills, I appreciate you enlightening us to that. So when you leave school, you plan on going to college, correct?
Yes.
Good. And will Kevin be there? Is Kevin going to school? Is that his name? Donovan? No. Jonovan?
No.
Donovan? What's his name?
There's 3 brothers in this family.
Yeah, I can see one of them back there. He's making, what is he making, a sandwich?
No, I don't know what he's doing back there.
I'm one of them.
Hey, I like that kid. Put that kid on screen. I want him on screen right now.
Devin, come here. He wants you on screen. He wants you on screen. Come here. I don't know why. Can you hear him?
What's up?
That's Devin. He's my second older brother. He's 20.
You can't see
me.
That's, you know what? I like this family. So it was. I saw you back there. I figured I'd get you some screen time on your brother's show. So we're putting you over. You have a very nice brother. So I just thought you should know that. I'm not going to tell him that anymore, but you have a very nice brother.
What did you say?
You can't hear him?
No, I can't. You have the headphones on.
I can't hear him.
Oh, my God.
Hi, what'd you say?
I just said I wanted to get you some screen time on your brother's show. Not that anybody's going to watch it. It's going to be like 4 people. But no, you have a very nice brother. I thought I'd let you know that, and you let your parents know that he does a really nice job.
He does. He loves doing this. I know he does.
All right. And listen, if there's any time you want to put him in a headlock and give him a noogie, that's fine
Don't
too.
you touch
I do
me.
that all the time.
Don't you touch me. Ah!
I do it all the time. We were wrestling yesterday.
Your breath stinks like
Well, I just woke up.
old peppermints.
Well, I just woke up. Okay.
Okay.
It's the weekend. Of course, I'm gonna sleep late.
You sleep late every day.
No, not every day.
Ref Bill, are there any hiring positions at your job right now?
Hold on a second. I think I kind of lost you for a second there. Hold on.
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Oh, there we go. Yes. Yeah. I like the fact that I was able to inject some chaos into this interview.
My trachea.
But do you see how much power the referee has?
Yeah. And you're stay professional.
I just gave you a taste of the carnage and destruction that referees could produce.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, so here's my next question, because now we're turning tables. I'll let you have your show back in a little bit. Right now, this is the Zebra Sessions. We have just taken over. This has been the equivalent to the NWO taking over WCW.
Okay.
One question we want to know is, are you currently dating anyone?
No, I'm single as can be.
You're single. So for all the ladies out there, you are single and you're ready to mingle.
Yes, that is true.
Okay, good. We wanted to get that clear. So at the next show, I'm going to give you a little wink out there. And that's the key thing, is that you're ready to go. So, well, let me ask you this. You know, I see that you get a ton of support from your mom and your dad. You know, is that something that you feel has really helped you propel to the position you are now with this elite podcast you do?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, sometimes they can be annoying about it and just be like, well, if you don't do your schoolwork or if you're not doing this, then you're not doing an interview. And then I'll be like, but it's helping me get somewhere in life doing these. So I kind of have to like play back with them. But they let me do these most of the time, and they enjoy watching them after. So
that's very good. Okay, so you know, that's good. Always get the support of your family. They may not understand what you do, but or even like it sometimes, but as long as it's bringing you some joy, I feel that's always a very positive thing here. So, so back to your impromptu plug of Dear Norma for Tester Strength, if I'm correct.
Yeah, what about, you want me to plug it?
I don't know. You plugged it on the podcast with Gina.
So. I know, because it was just something that's happening, and she won't be there.
I know. I know it's terrible.
We have to deal with you.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I
could be worse.
What hair products do you use, Ref Bill? Because you have like the Nike swoosh in your hair. So
listen here. When you're my age, you'll just be happy to have hair. So I use a pomade for my hair. I use a beard enhancer for my beautiful face. Mm-hmm. Just remember, when you're 55, if you look like this, you're doing pretty good.
Now, I'm going to share some pictures in the chat, and I want your opinion on them. If I can find them. Hang on, I got to go to Facebook.
Great. It's nothing like having these pictures ready to roll.
Well, this is an impromptu thing to do, so.
Yeah.
You're giving me your honest opinion about this guy. One second.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just woke up. Oh, God.
Oh, here's a picture I want to share. There's that one.
Is this going to pop up on my screen, or do I have to look for it?
Nope, it's going to pop up on your screen as long as my phone doesn't die in a second.
Great. Nothing like having your phone fully charged for this interview.
I use my computer, man. It's all right. Here's the first one. Nothing. Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a great picture.
Here's another one.
That was me with Don Kincaid.
Stirring the pot logo.
Yeah. I don't know.
And then there's this one. Please explain what's going on.
That is me and my favorite referee, El Ref, sitting at the center ring stage, and I'm hugging him. And the other gentleman there is Miggy Stripes.
Nice. Who's your favorite top 3 referees? So obviously you just said the El Ref.
It's really
Such a hard
Are
question.
we talking about independent, or are we talking...
Yes.
More?
People that you worked with, you have to share the card with. Because I know you're a spotlight hog, so...
Yeah, that's me, the spotlight hog. It's very tough. El Ref and I started together. We literally started at the same time, at the same day, at the same school. And I'd be remiss in not saying that if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be. One of the reasons why I do this, and we did it together. We trained together for literally 6 months before we were able to get into the ring. We had for full disclosure again, Paul Roma from WCW fame and WWE fame trained us, along with Mario Mancini from Paradise Alley Professional Wrestling, Paul Perez from Paradise Alley, and Big Steve Tracy. So we trained there for 6 months. So him and I have a very special relationship. Matter of fact, I just saw him probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago. We met up and we had breakfast. We got a chance to catch up. We were at Cracker Barrel, which is our spot. We like hanging out. El Ref, I don't get to work with him as much as I would like to. But we'll probably end up texting some point today. I don't know. There's a lot of. I don't think there's anybody specific that I'm just like, I'll go to a show and I'm like, I'm not excited to see. It's like I'm just excited to be able to be at a show, be able to referee. I know there's people that have helped me out a lot. Kevin Quinn. I did a show with Kevin Quinn up in Boston. UFO Wrestling. Pat Dillon runs a promotion up there. He always gets amazing quality people. I've done a few shows with him, for him. Kevin's been there, and it was just the information and the little nuances, knowledge that Kevin was able to give me was just so helpful and complimentary of everything, and little things. Vinny Lax, who does works with Kevin, they do a lot of stuff at NEW. I've gotten a few occasions to not work the show with them, but do ring crew and do some other things, because that's something else that I enjoy doing, is working ring crew. And I've reached out to them, and they've been very good about a lot of stuff. So I would say that those are some of the people that I look forward to just being in the same room with them, and not to take anything away from anybody else. Every referee I work with, I enjoy. That's why I take, I think before the shows, probably 99% of the time, I will take the picture with every zebra. We do a selfie, we post it for the show, or after the show. Miggy Stripes, Ref Q, Charles. Let's see, Jordan, John Mendez, who works at Paradise Alley Professional Wrestling. He just works strictly for them. Ref Gina, Will Dogen, another good guy. Patrick up in the New York area, who I haven't worked with, but we've had communication. There's also a group I'm involved with called Zebra Talk. If anybody who's on Facebook would like to look those guys up, Zebra Talk is a platform group for just referees. So you got, different referees in there from all over the country, all over the world. You got Charles Robinson was in there. I think Bryce Remberg from AEW. I forget the female women referee. I think it's Aubrey. Yeah, she's there.
And this is only for referees only.
It's strictly for referees. It's really, actually, I was just online with somebody last night because they have a Zebra Talk pin, jogging suit, the hoodie. So they do stuff with merchandise, something that I basically don't really do anything with merchandise at all. I'm not really a referee merchandise guy. LRef has like 3 or 4 shirts. So you happen to go to Pro Wrestling Tees and look up LRef, you'll find a number of things from him. But I don't know. I may do a sticker. I'm thinking of doing a sticker or something. If I do a sticker, you will be one of the first people not to get one.
Oh,
I'm giving one like that. You know who's getting a sticker?
Don.
Devin.
Why does Devin get a sticker?
Because Devin is super cool, and I gave him his moment of sun during the hostile takeover of the show.
One of the worst refs in the business.
Yeah, I will give you a sticker. But yeah, that's I'm not like a merchandise person. I basically, if I did it, I'd do it and just give them away to kids or whoever wanted one. So
now, any other questions that you'd like to ask me on this interview?
I don't know. I got quite a few.
Just go ahead and ask. I don't care.
I think I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Who is your favorite referee?
Ref Gina, Blue Shoes.
I knew exactly that's what you were going to say. That's why I like Devin more than I like you. Devin should take over this show.
Devin would not know how to take over this show.
Devin, I think, would do an outstanding job, and I think his co-host should be your mom.
Why? Where am I going in this mix?
You would be going into the kitchen and sitting at that table and drinking almond milk.
What's wrong with almond milk? Almond milk is good. We have some in the fridge.
I do. I love almond milk. What is your favorite almond milk?
Just regular almond milk.
Regular? Listen, if you're gonna want to say throw the almond milk gauntlet down.
You just started it. You said,
listen. Listen. You are very, very close to becoming a Kincaid.
Why?
I've never seen your shins, but I'm sure they're very nice. So, but you have to go with almond milk, dark chocolate.
That sounds disgusting.
It's awesome. If you put it in Reese's peanut butter cup cereal, it's very good.
It's Reese's Cocoa Puffs, not peanut butter. What?
Listen, it's my cereal. I'll put whatever I want to put in it.
You're becoming very hostile, and I do not appreciate this.
Listen, I think you ever hear that saying, "We need more cowbell"?
Yeah.
I think we need more Devin.
We do not need more Devin.
Devin.
Can't even hear you over there.
It's all right. The fans will chant his name in unison. So.
He got actually yelled at one time at a show. I don't know if you're familiar with Nico Silva, but he was the first ever guest. Yes, I'm talking about you. Devin was on his phone at, I don't know if you know Pioneer Valley Pro Wrestling.
I've been there, yes.
Okay, so so me, Devin, and my mom, Camera Lady, we're at a show.
Is that her official title, Camera Lady?
Yes, but now she's like Tripod Lady or Button Lady because she just pushes the button to start recording from the tripod. So we were at a show, the three of us, and Nico Silva was coming out, and Devin was on his phone, and Nico went to like go swipe his phone, not like smashing on the ground, but he like put his hand in front of it, and then told Devin to look up and be like, "You're at a show. Pay attention to this. Get off that."
Yeah.
So much Devin cares about wrestling.
I'm sure Devin cares quite a bit about wrestling. So I don't know. I'm still thinking that there is a place in this show for Devin.
There's no place in this show for Devin. No enough room. There's no.
I think this could be called Devin and his mom.
Oh, like that would make sense. I'm Bootyless Boy Wrestling fan. This is my show. This is my channel.
King D Rail fan.
No, we're not adding your YouTube channel to this.
Yes, there we go. Devin's YouTube channel. I think we should do.
No, not Devin's YouTube channel.
I'm telling you, if Devin doesn't come to the next show, I will protest in the middle of the ring if Devin is not at the next show.
Devin, you hear what he said?
What did he say?
He said if Devin's not at the next show, he's going to protest in the middle of the ring.
Oh, I'm going to protest?
Who? The guy that I'm talking to, the zebra.
Oh.
Ref Bill.
What, did I have to be at the next show?
If you're not at the next show...
When is it?
April 3rd, you're normal.
Oh, I'm definitely going.
If you're not at the next show, he's going to protest in the middle of the ring.
Oh, I'm definitely going.
He's going.
All right, then this show will go on.
I'm sure they could just remove you from the ring and escort you out.
No, they can't. I would handcuff myself to the turnbuckles.
Well, then they'll just tank down that turnbuckle. Pretty easy.
Never going to happen. So this show has literally, you have let this show spiral down a rabbit hole that it'll never be able to come out
of. Is there anything that you'd like to promote on this interview?
I'd actually like to promote one thing very much. It's very special to me. I would like to promote the new show called Devin and My Mom to take over this show. I think it's called, I think Devin would do an outstanding job. And, he's probably a little bit more entertaining than Don Kincaid. So I think Devin should also be called the Devin Pot Stirring. That
makes no sense.
It does. It makes sense to me. So, in all seriousness, dear Norma, like to promote that for Tester Strength.
Devin, see who's here.
I don't like the way you're talking to Devin.
I just asked him to check who's here. Who's here?
Dad.
Oh, Dad's home?
I said it.
Oh, great. Finally, your father's there. We'll bring some law and order to this interview.
I don't know what your deal is, but I would really appreciate it if you could take it down a little bit, Ref Bill. Oh, you're laughing like this is the Christmas Carol movie where the guy Father Christmas.
I didn't see that in the movie.
Ebenezer Scrooge, that guy from Disney.
Ebenezer, you mean Ebenezer Scrooge?
Yeah. Like remember when the Disney version though, when it's animated, the guy that brings them from past memories.
You mean the ghost of Christmas Past?
Not the one that's trying to kill him, but the guy that he ends up dying and he has those creepy two skinny children under him when it strikes midnight. No?
I don't know what Christmas movie you're watching.
I don't know what it's called. A Christmas Carol, but the Disney version. You laugh like Father Time or something. I don't know. Father Christmas.
Thank God we didn't start talking about this stuff at the beginning. People would have tuned out.
Yeah. Oh, my dad's coming in now. I think he is.
I think it could be called Devin and his dad too. We could do a show. Devin and his dad.
Why do you want to take me out of my own show and replace it with Devin and his mom, Devin and his dad, and no me? This is.
Do you have a dog?
Yeah, I do. She's sleeping right there.
What's your dog's name?
Her name's Summer.
You could call this show, call it Devin and Summer.
There's still another person in my family, Dylan, who's the oldest. He's really autistic.
Dylan and Summer.
Wow, I get replaced by the dog. I don't think Summer would do that to me. I'm her favorite in this family, so.
So yes, those are all the hard hitting questions I have. So
Any last questions, or are you done?
no, I guess the biggest question would be: is this interview going to actually go out compared to the last one?
Yes, it's gonna go out. I will upload it now when we end. So, I've been trying to add Kincaid to this call the whole time, and he's not answering. He said he had to shower, and he looked ugly. And I said, "Don't worry about a shower. Do it after." And then he said he had you on today at 4. So.
Oh, maybe he does. I'll be honest with you. I have I speak really through my lawyer with Mr. Kincaid and his father. So I don't really pay much attention to what he says because usually he's had a few.
Dad, you remember Ref Bill, right?
No, but hello. What? I don't.
He doesn't remember.
My apologies.
It's okay. Did you tell him that I think he should do his own show called Devin and His Dad?
He thinks that you should do your own show with Devin called Devin and His Dad, and just
About what?
I don't know what would they talk
Nobody
about?
would watch.
We would
Nobody
talk.
would-
You could
I don't
talk
think-
about Donovan.
You talk about me because apparently I'm never doing YouTube ever,
I'd
Dad.
be yelling at Devin the whole time.
He'll be yelling at Devin. Although Ref Bill thought it was Kevin, not Devin. I said it was Devin. Wow. You're just really trying to tear me apart from my family, aren't you, Ref Bill?
Yeah, I'll tell you, the enthusiasm from your father for your shows is remarkable.
What are you going to show up at my front door and just be like this? You out of here.
That would be very funny. That would be good. You should do that one time where it's like Don Kincaid comes to your front door for one of your shows and you slam the door in his face.
And then you can come up behind him. You know what I'd really like to do? I really want to do a triple show with you and him and me.
I will tell you, because you are such a nice, fine young gentleman, I would do that show.
Thank you. Any final things that you would like to say? Because I said that 5 times already throughout this show, and every time we keep going on and on.
It's the Devin factor. It's the Devin factor. He's got me all amped up. So, no, listen, I appreciate, first and foremost, I like giving you a hard time, but you are a very nice young man. I do enjoy seeing you at the shows. I'm just glad I remember your name now. But I appreciate the fact that you took the time and effort to reach out to me for the show. I know it's not always easy, but we truly do appreciate the support that you give us at the shows. The fact that your family is very willing and able to help you out. So it is a lot of fun to see you at the shows compared to Don Kincaid. So.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's fun doing those interviews. So.
Yes, and wish you all the best in the future. If there's anything we could ever do or I could do, feel free to reach out. And, look forward to seeing you at the next show. And please, the people have spoken. We want more Devin.
No one has said they want more Devin, but you.
It's trending now.
No, it's not. If you
It's
make
trending now. Devin, number one.
If you, what is he, Ichiban?
No, he's not Ichiban. There's only one Ichiban because he's number one.
If you tag Devin on Facebook, I'll send you his Facebook, and you do hashtag We Want More Devin. Let's see where it goes from there.
I'm going to tell you right now, he will be trending.
Okay.
All right. Listen, thank you so much. I appreciate everything.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next interview. Thank you for your time today.
All right.